Let's go.
It's draft time, baby.
Let's go.
So this is the first time we've ever done this draft. This was your idea. This is all the credit for you. You wanted to do a draft. I figure with you being on here, this is the perfect timing for a draft. So we're going to go every other. Soul won the coin toss. We are drafting our Sinister Six. So the idea is that we're going to be picking our team to take out Spider-Man. And you guys can pick who did a better job. But
yeah,
if you're ready, I'm going to give you the floor.
Let's go.
So the only rule was it has to be a Spider-Man villain.
Yep.
That's the only rule.
All right. Well, I want to disclaim initially, this could be awful. I am so unfamiliar with the comics on everything. I haven't had time to read. I guess I have had time. I haven't used my time well to read a bunch of Spider-Man comics and really prep for it.
I don't even think you need to necessarily read the comics. I think Spider-Man as a whole, you have all these different media, forms of media for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You can pull out whatever you want.
I say most of mine are either from the movies or from the Ultimate Spider-Man TV show that I grew up on or something like that. So there's,
it's all good.
It could be horrible, but it also could be amazing. So I don't know. But I'm going first pick, Doc Ock. I think he's got the dub there.
It's the only pick. It has to be the first pick because he is always the leader.
100%. And he's strong. He's powerful. He's super smart. And he's I feel like he's been one of the most successful villains against Spider-Man. In all of I feel like he's just done so well and he's stuck around. And I think that's the only right pick.
I knew he was going to be gone.
I know.
I knew he was going to be gone.
That was one of them. I know one of us is going to pick it. I'm pretty sure I know your first pick too, based on that reaction now.
Well, my first pick, and this is honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, this was going to be my first pick no matter what, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm going with Norman Osborn, Green Goblin. I want to look. He led the Dark Avengers. I would love to see what he would do. He's never been in that Sinister Six role.
Yep.
But he is just as smart as Octavius, and I think he's had more success against Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The dude killed Gwen Stacy. Also, for a weird part in time, had kids with Gwen Stacy, but that's a whole thing that's super weird that I don't think is... That might have got retconned. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just bad guy stuff right there in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You slept with his girl? That's pretty messed up, man. But
it's the weird messed up. It's worse than messed up. That's just rude.
Dude, that whole thing was so unnecessary and made zero sense. But and then also his effect on Harry and his kids, and even outside of him being Green Goblin, his influence with Oscorp is just huge.
Yeah.
So, and Willem Dafoe played him, so.
He's got power everywhere.
So, I took Green Goblin. Okay.
All right.
It's your turn.
I had a pick. I don't know if I'm going to go with it now. I was going to go Green Goblin number 2, but I knew that was going to be one of the first ones no matter what. I knew that was going to steal from me. I'm going to go... Picking right off the dome. I'm going to say Carnage.
That's a bold pick.
It's a bold pick, but I think that he's so powerful. And he's Venom. Venom is really good. He's arguably better than... I mean, he's beat Carnage, obviously. But there's been some... I don't know how to describe it. Even in the comics, you tell... Or in the Venom movie, Venom was afraid of Carnage.
Carnage is when he was brought in, he was established to be stronger than Venom.
Yeah.
Because since he was Venom's kid... Symbiote's children are always stronger than their parents.
Right. So, and even the power he can make sharp objects, he can reach super far. He's got just a different set of powers than Venom does. And if Venom had never been used on Spider-Man, I think that's it's less arguable because there's times where Venom is good and anti-hero, but Carnage is always bad.
My only issue with Carnage, you have to figure out a way to reel him in where he would be listening to Otto. To me, he's too much of a wild card. And
that's fair.
To be his teammate, I'd be I don't want to be close to you.
Right.
Because you might kill me.
Yeah.
For fun. And I don't, that's the only thing. But he'd be good if you could reel him in.
He's got the power.
So I'll go with my second pick. Because this was probably going to be my second pick. and it's Venom. And that's mainly because I think he's a more reeled in version of Carnage. Because I was like, first of all, I got to have a symbiote on my Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Because the symbiotes are so important to Spider-Man. I have to have one symbiote. And there's 4 you can go with. Venom, Carnage, Anti-Venom, and Toxin. Toxin, never talked about.
Yeah.
Anti-Venom, kind of an anti-hero, weird whole thing with him. So you go to Spider-Man and Carnage, or Venom and Carnage. I gotta go Venom. I think you can reel him in. And I think for the right reasons, I think Eddie would easily align himself. I mean, he already did. It wasn't Eddie who aligned himself, but Venom has worked with Norman before on the Dark Avengers. Yeah. It just was Matt Gargan. It was not Eddie. But
yeah.
Yeah.
I knew one of those was gonna get picked as well. So I thought Carnage was a good pick. I do agree though, yeah, I think you kind of have to reel him in a good way. Third pick might be a little weird. I don't know if this is a good pick or not, but I think Kingpin. I feel like I have to take him. He's got so much power, street level. He's got the mobster, and he's got super strength. Like he's kind of a big deal and has a lot of control and has a lot of reach, I would say. So like as a team member, you'd like to have Kingpin on your side.
He'd have resources,
yeah,
for sure.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
The only thing with Kingpin is. And this is what like made me like hesitate on Kingpin is like I feel like he has to be the head. Like he'd have to like
the butt heads with Doc Ock, that would be.
But Otto might be like, you can have it if you're gonna give me whatever I want.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to form a narrative there. We don't know what it would be like.
So I mean, in the Spider-Man animated cartoon that I grew up on, that's how it went. Kingpin made the Sinister Six.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which series is that?
The 90s.
Okay.
One. So it was, yeah. I don't know how to. Yeah, it was the 90s Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, he made the Sinister Six.
Was Doc Ock on that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it
there's
could
potential.
very much work. Yeah.
Let's go. I'll take it.
So, oh man. So I got a symbiote. I got a goblin. I was like, I had to have a goblin. I had to have a symbiote. This is where it gets really interesting for me. So I don't know who I want to take. I think I'm going to take Sandman.
That hurts.
I think I need a Clayface-esque character who can kind of like, he can kind of take over a little bit. You know, take up a lot of space, take up a little space. Like, he can take hits. I think I'm going Sandman on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all I got on Sandman. He's not like huge. Like I'm like, but as a team member,
you'd want him on your team.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the power there. That's a good pick. I think I had a list out, but now that like we're talking about, it, I'm like I just don't think I want that. So I'm going Craven. I think that.
Damn it.
Yeah, he's got to be on the list there. He's like one of the best hunters. I don't even know how to describe him. He's just crazy,
dude. I was between him and Sandman.
Yeah,
because I was like Craven's tracking abilities would be so amazing.
God. He's an animal,
right?
You can track him down anywhere, and he's got an obsession with Spider-Man just because he's like the one animal or the one like thing that he hasn't been able to.
You can find anyone. You can find anyone with Craven, even if you're like, okay, well, we're not looking for Spider-Man right now. We're looking for something else. He'd be able to find it
very quick. Yeah.
Man, that one hurt me. Okay. Man. Now I'm thinking.
Yep.
Okay. I'm thinking I'm going to take another powerhouse. I'm going to take Electro.
He was next for me.
Having that much electricity running around, he can fly, overload a lot of different power sources. I think I gotta go Electro on that one.
Yeah, that's fair. I get it. I think I need. So you took. See, I'm torn right now.
I have Goblin, Venom, Sandman, Electro.
See, now you took Goblin. That one hurt. I feel like I need one Goblin. I think I'm gonna pick Harry.
Oh, interesting. You're gonna go Harry
over Hobgoblin.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a fair pick.
Because I think he's got that relational. Like, if we're going after Spider-Man, I think he's got a little bit of a hold over him, like mentally. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like Harry, because he also has like resources in Oscorp.
Right.
He can get whatever you need. He's not like the head. He's not going to be someone that's fighting for the leadership there. I
Right.
don't think. But I think he's powerful, and I think he can pull a little bit.
Okay.
I think I needed a pick like that. I think I needed a little bit of a
I
crazy.
feel like you have to have a goblin.
Yeah.
Because if you would have took green, I had hobgoblin written down. I was like, you have to have one
Interesting.
goblin.
So I picked the one that you weren't going to pick either way.
Right. I was not
Okay.
going to pick Harry.
All right. Well, I'm taking Harry.
That's interesting. Okay.
Your response makes me feel a little bit like I'm regretting not picking Hobgoblin, but I'm just gonna roll with
Well,
it.
Harry just didn't cross my mind.
Yeah.
All. I'm like, it works.
Because he's basically just like Green Goblin number 2.
Well, there's like 14 different goblins.
There
like,
is, yeah.
There's 3 different hobgoblins.
Yeah.
Then there's a demo goblin who's like that's a whole nother thing. And then you have the goblin queen. Like there's so many goblins,
There's a
dude.
lot.
But you have to have one goblin, I feel like.
I just wanted an Osborne. I feel like that was the biggest thing.
It's fair, man. Okay. So I have. Okay, so this is going to be my 5th pick. Who do I want? Oh, I had that guy higher, but I think I need a muscle. I need some muscles. I'm going to take Rhino.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Rhino.
It's a good pick.
I need some. I just need a blunt object. You know, I just need someone who's going to be like, I need you to run through that vault and just open it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take all the money and be done with it.
That's fair. That's good. He was next on mine too. You keep stealing all my picks. I think I don't even know where to go from here.
I was between him and another one.
Yeah. So I got Doc Ock, Kingpin, Carnage, Craven, and Harry. So I feel like I need some muscle too now, though. Because, I mean, Kingpin's, he's not like, I feel like his main strength isn't his strength.
This is your last pick, I think.
I know. That's why I'm getting a little worried. So I feel like if you picked Rhino, I gotta combat that with Lizard.
That's a good pick.
I feel like that's a good source of strength. He's also got the sewage system. He can fly through there.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
I feel like that's the equal.
If
there.
you keep him in lizard form, that's a good pick.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Because if he ever reforms, Kurt is like a good guy. Like Kurt Connors is like, I don't want anything to do with this life. Please take this away from me.
I think Doc Ock can keep him in lizard form.
And then the lizard's like, I want to turn everybody else into lizards. And you're like, this is weird, man.
Yeah.
This is super weird. I don't know why you want to do that. No, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. Okay, my final pick. Now, I might be picking this just because of relevancy right now.
Well, this is Mr. Relevant, technically.
Yes,
So-
but relevancy in the sense of like what's going on right now with Spider-Man. I'm going to take the spot at number 6.
That is interesting.
Because I feel like what could really change this up is having a guy that can get you in and get you out. And the spot's going to do that. He might be weird, and he's definitely going to be a pushover. But, dude, if you need to get out of a tough spot, you're like, dude, open a portal. Let's get out of here. Gone.
That's a good pick. See, I didn't even think about putting him on there because I'm like, he's not ever relevant besides like right now.
Well, I had a couple guys ranked ahead of him. I had Scorpion ranked ahead of him. I had Mysterio ranked ahead of him.
Yeah. Mysterio's tough because it's like so quickly you can just like tell it. Like, no, he doesn't have any powers.
Right. He's all about illusions.
Yeah.
So he's very good to get out of a pinch, essentially, because he's like misdirection.
Yeah.
But
he's not actually powerful.
That's it, though. He's just misdirection. It was between Scorpion and Rhino for me, and I almost took Scorpion, but I think Rhino's stronger.
I agree.
Scorpion's got like the acid and stuff that might come in handy, but
I think Rhino was the right choice.
Scorpion's strong in his own right.
Yeah.
But I also had Vulture very low on this list because he's old and decrepit, and also because I already have a flyer. I have with Goblin.
Yeah.
Like I don't need anybody.
You don't need a Vulture.
Right.
Yeah.
And if we need 2 people flying, Electro. And Venom technically got wings recently, so that's a whole thing. Yeah. But I also had Mr. Negative on this list.
I had him on mine too.
I don't know him well enough to really
he hasn't
understand
been
his
around
power
for
set.
very long. He's I think the only wasn't his first like intro. I'm sure he was in the comics or something.
Well, he's responsible for creating Anti-Venom.
Okay.
Because Eddie Brock loses the Venom symbiote.
Yep.
At one point in time. He has nothing. He gets cancer. On the verge of death. Mr. Negative comes in contact with him, touches him, and then it activates like some leftover symbiote crap in his
Interesting.
bloodline,
Yep.
creates
Back to it.
anti-venom. And the whole thing with anti-venom is he's like a vampire, but for symbiotes,
Okay.
essentially. So this whole event happens with called Spider Island, where everybody gets Spider-Man's powers.
Cool. Okay.
And so the cure to that is anti-venom. So he comes in, takes the Spider-Man powers out of everybody.
With good intentions or with bad intentions?
Good intentions.
Okay.
So he's like an anti-hero.
Mr. Negative is?
Anti-venom is.
Oh, Ant-Man. Okay.
Because it's just, the first iteration was Eddie Brock. I believe the current iteration is Flash Thompson.
Yeah.
Because he was Agent Venom for a while, and now I think he's Agent Anti-Venom.
Agent Anti-Venom, not just Anti-Venom.
Right.
All right.
I think so. Don't hold me to that.
I also had Shocker on my list. I wasn't sure. I felt like that was a decent pick for. They did him bad in the Tom Holland movies.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
It wasn't like he's not worth anything in the Tom Holland.
It's so funny. The Shocker I grew up with was like a country boy. So he had this like southern accent.
That is amazing.
He's like, yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, so I had a whole wild cards list in case like
everything got taken.
Well, because like I said, I was like, well, if I lose out on Green Goblin for some reason with the first pick, I'm going to take Hobgoblin.
Yep.
Hobgoblin was a wild card for me. Shocker was a wild card for me. I wasn't going to pick him probably. Lizard was a wild card for me. Kingpin. If this was 3 people drafting, I think Kingpin would have went round 1.
Oh yeah,
because he would have been my pick to lead it if Goblin and Ock were off the board.
Right.
I had Hydro Man just because that was a fun one. I felt like
I agree. Yeah, I like him.
Carnage was a wild card. I was like, I don't trust him at all, but I feel like I had to have a symbiote on there.
Yeah.
And then Chameleon was my other
interesting.
Wild card.
He's got the belt, right? Isn't that the thing?
Right.
Yeah, he just clicks the belt and he changes into whoever.
Right. So it would be kind of fun for infiltration purposes, but
that's like a Mysterio-esque kind of thing, like
right. But in different like uses, I guess.
Right. Different avenues of misdirection.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was all the other ones I had. I mean, obviously that's the thing with Spider-Man. There's so many. He has probably arguably the best rogues gallery. Like the only other rogues gallery that goes head to head with Spider-Man is Batman.
I was saying, not even the same world. So,
Batman's rogues gallery is also awesomely insane.
Yeah,
like he's got a lot of fun villains, but like Spider-Man, he's got some crazy ones. I mean, you could throw Beetle in there. You could throw like Boomerang because it is what it is. There's so many.
They're all like, one of the things I realized when I was like researching for this is there's so many animal themed ones.
Oh yeah.
Like all of them, just because it's Spider-Man, all of them are animal themed.
Vulture, Rhino, Scorpion.
Say if you look on the list, Lizard.
Scorpion, Lizard. There was a.
You just said Beetle too.
Beetle. There is there was there's so many. There's a it's not. I'm trying to think of what monkey he is.
Spider Monkey?
No, there's an actual like. Oh man, I can't even think of it. But there are a lot.
Yeah, and even like Kraven the Hunter is still in that animal category.
Oh yeah, for sure. But there's a guy that's like an armadillo. There's a guy that's like an orangutan. There's a guy that's like a hog. Like there's so many. Like it's crazy, dude.
So we just looked at animals and we're deciding on Spider-Man villains.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's a good, yeah.
I mean, I love some of them.
I agree.
I always thought Vulture always needed a redesign. I like him a lot better in like the Spider-Man PS4 game.
Oh yeah.
By the way, the redesigns for those characters or the designs in those games for those characters, phenomenal.
Dude, sometimes I'll just go on and look at the Spider-Man suits.
Oh yeah,
that game,
dude.
So fun.
The Rhino redesign in that was phenomenal. The Scorpion redesign in that is phenomenal. I like Electro's look in that. Yeah. They did a fantastic job at designing those characters. So hopefully, like it's like a perfect balance of like tech yet homage to
the original comic,
right?
Yeah,
instead of the kind of the campy look,
which a lot of people are using right now.
Right.